The moment this plan was set into motion, the forces of the demon realm began to act. Since these actions are invisible, you cannot fully comprehend them. As a result, you may remain in the same careless and vulnerable mindset as before. But such an attitude of yours is precisely the result of their operation so far, which toppled those who were involved in both the first and second projects. However, we can no longer retreat. What it means to not retreat any further is that this plan must absolutely be executed. With this understanding, I, Michael, am making every effort with the determination to see this through to completion. Shinji Takahashi, El-Ranty also feel a profound sense of responsibility at this moment. If this project were to fail or be thwarted, it would result in an unprecedented tragedy on a global scale. You must recognize this reality far more deeply. If you understood that you are the ones bearing the destiny of humankind and the future of Earth, then you would not make such careless statements. I believe you would understand our desperation far better. Your individual power may be small, but when everyone works together under the grand plan of God, each of you becomes a significant force, a ray of hope capable of forming a great rainbow to save humanity within God's plan. To burn with purpose while you have life, to live with all your might for God, this is the true meaning of your existence. You must come to understand this even more deeply. From my perspective, you are still far too naive. You are naive and sometimes forget that we are protecting you. Please understand. If this project were to be toppled by the forces of darkness and fail, the consequences will be irreparable. The 10 ninth dimensional spirits petitioned the 10th dimensional divine spirits, seeking divine energy to advance this project. You must understand the gravity of what it means for this project to be set into motion. Moses and we fervently wished that this project would never need to be activated. But once the decision was made to activate it, we resolved ourselves. No more leniency. Even if it involves our companions, angels of light who have descended to earth, if they harbor vulnerability in their hearts, we decided we would no longer hesitate to cut them off. We ourselves determined we must no longer be lenient. Our companions have descended. Even for me, Michael, it is painful. There are times when I must face my own comrades and make the decision to sever ties. Among you, there may be those who came from Group G or were part of Group K. Do you think we undertook those efforts to manage them merely as a demonstration or for some trivial purpose? We were desperate. Shinji Takahashi, El-Ranty was present on this earth, teaching noble eightfold path-centered principles. Despite delivering such profound teachings, and despite descending to Group K to convey countless spiritual messages through numerous spirits and producing the trilogy of revelations, why was this earth not saved at all? When you think about this, I hope you can understand how desperate we are in carrying out the next project. Because our desperation does not reach you, because you do not grasp the precipice we are standing on, you become caught up in sentimental concerns about whether just a single companion fall to the dark side. We are to save humanity on a global scale. Each one of us, as agents of God, participates in this plan with tears in our eyes. Do you understand how much the Earth Divine Spirits are suffering? Through Shinji Takahashi, El-Ranty, as well as through the book, The Descent of Michael, published by Group K, I conveyed to you the depth of the Earth Divine Spirit's suffering. And yet, even after reading it, most people forget it after a while. We must, at all costs, save the Earth Divine Spirits and ensure the success of this global reform effort. Understand that you are living in a crucial period within a great, overarching flow of events. You may have heard this repeatedly, but please, fall it into your minds more deeply. I am someone who can only speak with harsh words. However, I want you to understand my feelings. Consider the mindset of Shinji Tokuhoshi, El-Ranty, as he descended to Earth, bearing responsibility for this mission. If those who remain in Group K or Group G were to read the spiritual teachings in the Lemuria Renaissance and realize their mistakes, acknowledging that what they are currently doing is wrong and choosing a new path in life, it would mean saving their souls one by one. I want you to understand this more deeply. Do not let them fall. They are individuals who were chosen and born, having undergone many reincarnations for the sake of today's Japan and the salvation plan. These individuals had gathered under Shinji Tokuhoshi, El-Ranty, and MS.TK, and joined Group K with pure devotion in its early days. They came forth as angels of light for a grand plan to create a utopia on Earth. If you hold a stronger recognition of the need to save them, the quality of your work will change significantly, and you will be more motivated to convey our words. In this current plan, there is a uniquely Lemurian perspective. Through characteristics such as Manu and Zeus, there is an effort to balance and harmonize by focusing on green rays as a central theme. This aims to introduce a counterbalance to bring some degree of moderation. Yet, what lies at the core is the way Michael feels. From the time of Group G to Group K, this salvation plan has been part of a grand sequence of efforts as Shinji Tokuhoshi, El-Ranty, Mr. O.R. El-Kantar played roles in this enduring plan. Throughout the first, second, and third plans, my solemn and determined feelings radiating a tragic resolve have been an underlying current. This is why you must not be misled by the tone of the third plan. Manu and the others have carefully considered that if your mindset were to intensify a tragic resolve too much, you would feel too cornered and pressured. Therefore, the gods have added a nuanced approach to their plan in that manner. Additionally, through art, this plan seeks to reach many people, including those unfamiliar with spiritual truths. Even without reading complex texts or understanding difficult words, people can grasp the essence of the divine kingdom through visual art or music. This plan in the Lemuria Renaissance incorporates spiritual teachings into art to elevate awareness among broader audiences. Do you understand? Yet, the essence is this feeling of Michael's. This is what I want each of you to understand. If this fails, there will be a great reckoning. A grand reckoning on a global scale will occur. That means the grand earthwide plan to step up humanity to the Cosmic Federation level will reach a dead end, leading to another great cleansing period. Afterward, we would have to start over again from the primitive agrarian societies. To weave a long history, rebuilding step by step. We will have to return to the beginning of the cycle. If that happens, we would again endure tremendous hardships as we guide humanity. While we have done so before, this time, we hope to step up Earth to the Cosmic Federation level, considering the planet's limited lifespan. The fact is that Earth consciousnesses are deeply sick. Isn't it evident, even to you, through abnormal weather patterns? For example, cherry blossoms bloom in December, and other unprecedented natural disasters occur. If not for our efforts, such events would have long since escalated to a fatal level. Nostradamus did not lie. Through the third plan, we sought assistance from 10th dimensional divine spirits, receiving energy to stabilize Earth's living environment for this project. Without this, you would not be enjoying your current lives. You would never continue your ordinary lives any longer. And yet, you quickly return to the comforts of earthly life, forgetting its severity. You become short-sighted, reacting emotionally and losing sight of the bigger picture. We, however, are looking far into the future. You must understand how significant the activities in the Lemuria Renaissance are in this broader, macro perspective. They are at a critical turning point, and you must recognize this with greater clarity. As leaders guiding those who will come after you, each of you must approach this plan with even greater strictness. Earlier, an interesting expression was used. It was mentioned that we have passed the 5th station on the ascent of Mount Fuji. Indeed, we have passed the 5th station. From here on, purification will proceed more and more. What is purification? It is to have no selfish motives. It is to abandon the ego that says, I, myself. Do you understand? From here onward, those who cling to their egos will fall. Rid yourself entirely of desires for fame, wealth, and such. This is God's work. When you devote the final stage of your life, all your energy, and everything you have to God's work, pouring yourself into it with explosive dedication, a profound feeling of gratitude for being made alive by God will well up within you. I have often said that the energy entity known as Michael is nothing other than an overwhelming expression of gratitude to God. You are about to experience that state of mind yourselves. At that time, if you have even a shred of earthly attachment or cling to something, you will fall straight down. Even if you do not fall, you might at least hear words such as, "Stay where you are." Moving forward beyond the 5th station will be extremely arduous. The air will thin, and you will no longer be able to rely on other means of transportation, but only on yourself. You must advance step by step with all your might, using your own feet and a stick. Even if your companions wish to carry you forward, no one will be able to do so. You must walk on your own. As you ascend higher and higher, you must abandon your pride. You must let go of your personal happiness in the private sense. Only by entrusting your entire life in this way and contributing to God's plan can the mission of a messenger of light be accomplished. Only through this can one reach a faith rooted in gratitude to God. Without attaining this state, it will not be possible to ascend further. If there is only one true source of pride in our world, it is that we dedicate our entire lives and all our energy to contributing to God. This could be said to be the minimum level of pride for us, who are called angels of light, as we devote our lives to carrying out the work. May people cease their conflicts, forgive one another, cooperate together, and, if someone makes a mistake, instead of attacking one another, let them grow together through warm and compassionate advice from companions. May this plan be carried out through such acts of kindness and mutual support. This is my heartfelt wish as Michael.